Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Tom LaHue. We're going to be talking about your favorite subject and mine, money. Some people get real excited about money. They get real passionate about it. Others of us get frustrated, like, why do we even have to have money? But we have to in our society in order to pay our bills and get along in life. And so we're going to talk about each Enneagram type and how they relate to money and maybe some of the blind spots or struggles that each type might have. As we get started, just a reminder, in the description below is a link to my website, tomlahue.com, where I do offer Enneagram coaching and Enneagram relationship coaching. And you know, life can sometimes be challenging. You can feel stuck in life and not really sure what your purpose is. Sometimes in your relationships, even though you love each other, you don't always relate well with one another. And the Enneagram is a fantastic tool to help us know more about ourselves, our purpose in life, and how to get along with the people that we love so much. And I would love for you to consider signing up for my 3-month Present to Life coaching program. It's a fantastic program designed around you and your unique type, your unique personality, to help you realize your full potential in life. All right, so let's jump into this subject of money and how we relate to money. And before we jump into all of the Enneagram types and talk about it, I just want to say a few words about money in general. And that is, you know, my dad gave me a good advice a long time ago. He said, Tom, make all you can, save all you can, give away all you can, and don't worry about the rest. And he was a 5, and my mom was a 6 wing 5. And so they're very much in that 5, 6, and 6 wing 5 energy. But I have to appreciate that advice, and it's been helpful over the years to just not make money a priority or such a goal in life as it could be for many people. You know, a lot of people have a lust or a thirst for wealth or a lust for money, and there's lots of videos on YouTube about how to maximize your potential in order to earn the most amount of money as possible. And again, I'll say it like this: people have a strong lust for money, but really what I would like for you to consider is, rather than a lust for money, what is your passion? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you are excited about? What is it that motivates you, that energizes you? And not a lot of people know what they're passionate about. Less people know their passion, and that really is the way toward real fulfillment and happiness and success in life, far more than a lust for money. But you know, some basic principles, think of like creating a budget and sticking to your budget, which can be challenging because it forces us to discipline ourselves. Building an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, because you never know what's going to happen. Cutting up the credit cards and trying to eliminate your debt. Paying off your debt. You know, think about whatever debts that you have right now, and think about how quickly could you pay these off. If you restricted yourself severely for a temporary time, how fast could you pay off your debts, your car, your school loans, your hot tub, your vacations, and then finally your house? And then investing fully in your future, making sure that you have thought about IRAs or 401ks, all of those things that make sure that you're going to be taken care of and provided for in the future in your retirement. It'll be here before you know it. And then continue to stay informed and educate yourself about your finances. And then, just like a diet, you have to daily discipline yourself. All right, so let's talk about each Enneagram type and what we might expect their interaction with money to be like. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to nail this. It's a lot of this is speculation, but it's fun to think about these things, and it's fun to talk about these things. And each Enneagram type, you know, you could say might have a unique relationship with money and wealth, influenced by their core desires, their fundamental motivations in life. And here's a brief overview of how each type might struggle or be challenged on this subject of money or finances. When you think about type 1, we'll start there, the perfectionist, the reformer. We might think that their struggle with money may be being overly cautious with money and restrictive in their spending. They often adhere to strict budgets and may enjoy making sure that budgets are reconciled and that every receipt is totaled, and at the end of the month and end of the week we stay on top of where all the finances are going, which can lead to stress or feelings of guilt if they deviate from these strict financial plans. Now, not everyone is going to be like this, but we're just talking in general terms here. And you might imagine if you live with a type 1 who's very restrictive about the budget, who wants to know every penny accounted for, every dollar accounted for, well, that's really good. I mean, we all could use more of that. But the person that lives with you or the family that lives with you might sometimes feel a little bit overly structured or a little bit caged in because of this conservative view of finances. Not that it's not good, not that it's not right. It's just we also need to know when it's time to relax the budget a little bit and make sure that we schedule things in our budget like entertainment and vacations and weekend getaways and taking care of ourselves. That also is important as well. Type 2s, the helper. 2s may have difficulty with money because they tend to spend it on the people they love and on caring for people and buying tokens of appreciation for the people in their life that are important to them. Now, this could be to gain approval or to gain affection, but it probably wouldn't be cognitively thought that way. I think a 2 would just tend to think, I really love this person. I really want them. I remembered something they asked for. I remembered something that they like. And I have the opportunity to overwhelm them in this big, significant way and show them how important they are to me or show them how important what they mean to me. Or imagine, for example, if someone they loved is sick or not doing well. They might buy every remedy at the health food store possible in order to help this person, in order to take care of them. This could lead to neglecting their own financial needs and overextending themselves in order to demonstrate care and concern and love for others. And so, you might think, well, it's great to love people and it's great to love them in extravagant ways, but it's also important to make sure that you're taking care of your own financial needs and your own financial future as well. Type 3s, the achiever. 3s may view money as a symbol of their success or a symbol of their status. Wearing fancy clothes or fancy labels or driving a expensive car or living in an expensive neighborhood could all communicate a message of a person's importance. And so their struggle might lie in overspending and spending what they don't really have and maybe living on credit to maintain an image of success and using money in order to achieve their goals without considering the long-term financial impact of their decisions. It's kind of like, that old saying, fake it till you make it. And if you're going to be a successful real estate agent, then you got to look like a successful real estate agent. And if you're going to be a winner in life, then you've got to dress that part. And you can't go around in some kind of Kohl's suit or some kind of JCPenney, Sears, Roebuck suit. You need to make sure that you buy a suit or an outfit that lets everyone know that you should be taken seriously. And all of this extravagance comes at a hefty price tag that could eventually cause you some financial strain or stress. And maybe not caring about your image a little bit might be a good move for you financially. Type 4, the individualist. 4s might struggle with money due to the fact that they could be that they've just kind of checked out of society. Like, I don't want to have to care about these things that mundane, average, ordinary people have to care about. I'm above that, and I don't want to have to care about these financial things, these day-to-day things that other people have to care about. But their struggle with money may be due to their desire to express their uniqueness and their authenticity. They've got to be true to themselves and true to their feelings, and their feelings might be very extravagant, and their tastes might be very extravagant. They might like the finest wines, the finest art, the finest refined, exquisite items that only the most sophisticated kinds of people would enjoy. Not those vulgarians like the rest of us. They might spend excessively on items that express their identity, artwork, for example, and neglect their practical financial planning, thinking of that as being something that ordinary mundane folk have to take care of in pursuit of their emotional or aesthetic experiences. So they want to decorate their room, they want to decorate their house, they want to make it a statement, and all of that, if they're not careful, if they don't have maybe a good 5-wing and are very frugal, could come at a very expensive price. Type 5, the investigator, remember their sin is avarice or greed, so that is one of the sins directly connected, we might think, to finances or to money. 5s could have a complicated relationship with money, often being very frugal. Minimalists, a lot of the minimalists on YouTube, if you watch minimalism videos like I do sometimes, a lot of those people I think might be 5s, as well as sometimes if you watch the show Hoarders, I think some of the hoarders on those shows might also be 5s. It's kind of like a continuum that we all live on how much is too much and how much could we live without. And I think 5s tend to be people that I think of as having a tendency toward frugality, hoarding resources, or also maybe over collecting things like 7s might do as well. They may fear not having enough and can become overly cautious in their spending, sometimes to the detriment of their own needs. Being a kind of person that says, well, as long as I have a laptop and a baked potato, I don't really need anything else. I will listen to music online and I could live without all these extravagant expenses. And which is true, but if you have a family, for example, they may get tired of living, sitting on crates and cement blocks. They might want some nicer furniture than that. You might be able to live without it, but maybe the people that you love might expect a little bit more or a little bit more of the comforts of this life. Okay, type 6, the loyalist or the loyal skeptic. 6s often worry about security and stability in life, and so, finances and money could be seen as a safety net that could protect us from some of life's tragedies or from some of life's woes. And they could live with a lot of financial anxiety, needing to have a certain amount of money in the bank in order to feel free from anxiety, in order to feel safe and secure. They might struggle with making decisions about investments, not really being sure of whether or not they're making the right choice, constantly fearing making the wrong choice, or facing financial instability. This might at times cause them to be attracted to people that really might not be the best for them, but provide financial stability. They might be attracted to somebody who seems like they have everything together, is strong and confident and self-assured and financially stable. And that might be a wonderful set of characteristics, but that may not necessarily be the right person for you. And sometimes love could be more important than finances. Why can't we have it all, right? Wouldn't that be great? So we ought to work on ourselves in total, not just in part. Okay. Type 7s, the enthusiast. 7s who seek pleasure and new experiences and new adventures and love new things and collecting stuff and learning about the world and gathering the latest and greatest could easily struggle with finances. Putting vacations on credit cards, buying collections of items that they are excited or enthusiastic about, and trying and sampling so many things could easily cause the 7 to end up into financial problems. And so it's important for 7s to control their impulsive spending. They might have difficulty disciplining themselves and to stay on a budget, and could be prone to splurging and showing love in extravagant ways like a 2, and constantly in search of novel and new adventures is going to come with a price tag. So 7's got to learn how to say no to themselves, but also how to learn to have fun doing less and spending less. Instead of I need things in order to have fun, I can have fun doing anything. I can have fun playing ball with the kids. I can have fun taking the kids to the park or to the zoo. I can have fun sitting by a lake. I don't have to own a boat or own jet skis in order to enjoy my day. Type 8's the challenger. 8's might use money as a tool in order to feel powerful and independent. I don't want to be controlled by others, and so I need to make a certain amount of money in order to remain independent. I think 5's might also have this tendency at times as well. But 8's might see money as a tool that people use to control others. Think like a landlord and a renter, for example. And so 8's might struggle with money by being overly aggressive and trying to earn it. Not to demonstrate their status like a 3, but in order to remain independent and not be taken advantage of by someone else, to not be in a disempowered relationship. They can struggle with money by being overly aggressive in their financial pursuits, disregarding financial limits, and saying, I can do what I want. I don't care if we have a budget. I want something, and I want to remain autonomous and in control. And remember, the sin of 8's is lust. I want what I want when I want it, and I don't want someone to control me or tell me no. And if you're an 8-wing 7, think about that combination, or a 7-wing 8, of gluttony and lust mixed together. And you can see that there is potential there just in those two dominant passions or sins for getting yourself into financial problems. And then let's talk about type 9's, the peacemakers. 9's might have a very laid back or even neglectful attitude toward finances and toward saving money. They might avoid dealing with financial matters because it's going to bring up conflict because other people in the family feel very strongly. They might maybe be a little bit disingenuous in how they spend their money, not letting everyone know where all of the money is going because they don't want conflict. They don't want problems. And so there could be a certain sneakiness about 9's who are trying to avoid conflict, but are very much controlled by their appetite for comfort. And so when you want the comfortable things of life and you want to remain comfortable, but you don't want conflict, you could see where this might lead to a certain level of sneakiness about money and about where the money is going. 9's could maybe be a little disorganized, not wanting that much organization in their life, and want to live carefree like some of the other types, like maybe a 7 would live. They may have trouble asserting themselves in financial negotiations or decisions, again, wanting to avoid conflict and just wanting everybody to be happy, wanting everybody to be okay and not having problems. But there may need to be some discipline, just like with other types, to realize that if I don't deal with money, it could become a very big problem for me, and it could really disrupt the harmony and cause a lot of discomfort in my life. So remember, these are general tendencies, not strict rules, and every Enneagram type could have their struggles in various ways with finances and with money. So let's do our best to try to be disciplined, while at the same time having some room in our life for fun and excitement and enjoyment of life as well. Finding that balance is what life is all about. Balance is the word we use when we think about a healthy diet is a balanced diet, a healthy schedule is a balanced schedule, and a healthy person is a balanced person. And the Enneagram helps us to see whether we are balanced or not. Just think about your 2 wings. Think about the importance of balancing at times with those other types on either side of you. You might think about the fact that we are 3 different stances on the Enneagram of assertive, compliant, and withdrawn. My guess is you're probably pretty good at 2 of those, and then one of them will often be a struggle for you. You may have a hard time being more assertive when you need to stand up and speak up for yourself and owning your space. You may have a hard time withdrawing, feeling like guilty if you take downtime or time for yourself or time to relax or time to recover. Or you may have a hard time being compliant, agreeing with others and letting them win the conflicts, and staying on topics that they want to talk about, and staying focused on doing the tasks in front of you that need to be done. All of us struggle. All of us are a work in progress when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to our spiritual lives. We all have some room to grow. And I know that you are. I know that you're committed to this, and I'm committed to walking with you on this journey. Thanks, guys, for checking out this video. If there's any way I can help you, please feel free to reach out to me. My information is on my website, listed in the description below, tomlahue.com. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'd love if you would like to work with me. You can do a discovery appointment, and we can talk more about the Present to Life coaching program. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks, and as always, be present to life.